Hi everybody, this is Fiona of Love Clinic in Gord. So I'm going to share a little art idea with you in a few minutes. But before I do that, when I was planning to do this, it began to make me think of the uses of colour. We may be using a little bit of it in the artwork, but you don't have to. And I suppose it made me think also about my day one offering, and in relation to talking about the root chakra, and the colour associated with that is the colour red. So this is a little kind of dip into colour therapy. I would use these silk scarves in my practice in one-to-one sessions, and I would offer somebody to pick one before we would start, and I would lay it over their body lengthways. They're narrow strips of silk, and I would lay it over their body lengthways, and I would work around it. Okay, so there's a color associated with each chakra, and when you use color therapy, the idea is that it stimulates the energy of that chakra. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little brief overview of each color in relation to the chakra, and just a couple of words on the energy that wearing that color could affect for your body. Okay, so this is red, which is the color of the first chakra, the root chakra, and the energy that's associated with that is grounding and confidence. So say if you were going for an interview, or you were going to be a bank manager or whatever, and you wanted to feel a little bit more confident, the colour red is something to put on you. Now, that doesn't have to be a red dress. It could be a red pair of shoes, a red scarf, red bag. You could have red undies on. It doesn't really matter. The point is that it stimulates that chakra to do that. And you know what I always say is, even if it makes you feel that way, don't knock it. So the next chakra is your sacral chakra, and the colour is orange. The energy of this would be life energy itself and creativity. Then we come up to the solar plexus, and the colour of that is yellow. And the energy associated with that is personal power, so like self-confidence. All right. Then we come to the heart chakra, and the colours associated with that are green and pink. So in my day one video, when I was doing my Facebook Live, I was wearing both of these colours, and I did say, could you have some loving kindness towards me? All this technical stuff is quite a new endeavour for me. So the next chakra we come to is the throat chakra. The energy associated with that is communication. So the colour is sky blue. So say if I had an itchy, scratchy throat, I have another silk scarf that I would wear wrapped around my throat quite snugly for a day or so until that passed. Now I do a couple of other things as well. It wouldn't be just this, but I would always use it. A friend of mine gifted me one many, many moons ago. The next chakra is your third eye, which is up here just between your eyebrows. And if you just go to the bridge of your nose and just slide your finger up, you'll actually feel there's a wee tiny dip. I would use this, and that's an acupuncture point, and I would use it on people depending on what they're coming in for. So yeah, dark blue is the color of that, and that is in relation to your imagination and your intuition. So perhaps if you want to develop either of those, maybe you would wear the color dark blue. The next one is your crown chakra, which is up here on the top of your head. It can be white or purple, and purple is my favorite color. I have lots of it in my wardrobe, and my clinic is both, actually. What I was thinking when I was doing this is both. The walls are both white and purple, and my blankets, I have lots and lots of purple blankets. Yeah, I quite like the color. I like there's a warmth to it. So this is in the crown chakra would be in relation to your spirituality and your connection to the consciousness, as in the rest of everybody else on the planet, which is quite in focus at the moment. Okay, so just a couple of ideas of perhaps maybe you're getting dressed tomorrow morning and you're thinking of something that you're going doing or something you want to do, and consider the rainbow of colors. Okay. So now we're going to move into doing the little art project. It's called a ZEN Tangle. Now it's not hard. You don't need to be an artist. You don't need lots of special equipment. A couple of pens will do you, and some plain pieces of paper. So this is a plain piece of paper. It's about roughly about 3 inches square. I mean, these are not 100% square, but give or take, okay? What I love about these is when I do them is I often find them stuck in a notebook or a book I was reading, and I can use them as a bookmark. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of ones that I've done, okay? And then I'm going to make a little video where the camera is face down and I'm going to demo it, all right? It's not difficult, trust me. I was introduced to this idea, a few years ago now at a talk that I was at, and I've done them with loads and loads of different groups, from meditation groups to the group who came to my Bridget's Eve retreat down there in the Bog Hill Centre in Clare. And what amazes me is that we all, you know, use one pot of colours and pens, and yet from that, there was 10 totally different little Zen tangles came up, and some people managed to do too. So you can take your time, you can do them very simply, or you can do them quite intricately. But as I said, I'll show you a couple of examples of one I've done, and then I'll give you a brief demo on how to do them. So this is one. Now, in some ways, you could say that that's the beginning of one. Sorry, I put it towards the camera, is a better idea. So you could say that's the beginning of one, but I actually quite like it as it is. I like its yeah, I like its simplicity. There's something about it I really like, so I don't want to add colour to it. I'm not sure that I did this exactly and said that this would be a kind of phase 1, but it works perfectly. Looks like it's poking out there and saying hello. And then you turn it different ways. That's the thing I love about some artwork. I have a friend of mine who does these pictures, and I call them the upside down pictures. So I turn them different ways on the wall. So the string is across the middle. Turn them different ways and they look differently. I love artwork like that. Anyway, so here's another one that I've done that's just in 2 colours. So that's black and red. Okay. Hope you can see that all right. And here's another one that's black and blue. But these areas here are obviously a little bit more intricate. So you could spend 3 minutes doing it, or you can spend 20 minutes doing it, or even longer. Perhaps, you know, light a little candle, or play some music that you like, have a diffuser going, have, like I did there, I had a little sniff of oil on my necklace, and then just get into the zone. So here's another one. This is a little bit more colourful, and they're little love hearts there at the bottom. Okay. And if you were to look up Google or YouTube, I'm sure you'll find loads. So I like this one. This is kind of quite busy around this area and this area, and here, just a nice bit of emptiness there, nice bit of space, calmness, stillness, whatever way you want to put it. And here's 2 I did as my demos while recording a couple of these videos. So here's a couple of different ideas, and these were done probably in about 2 minutes each. You might think, oh God, they look so complicated. They're not. They're not complicated at all. It's a very nice little meditative thing to do. I don't know how many is there. They're from different workshops that I've done. And I have a few others in lots of different books. So I'm just going to move my camera down nice and slowly so that I don't knock it all over the place. So you can see. So I just have a regular pen here, okay? So we're going to start. This, as I said, is about 3 inches square, give or take. So you draw a little, like a frame around it, and that could be just one singular line, like so. And the idea then is you split a diagonal across. It doesn't have to be, you don't need a ruler or anything like this. I do like to do a little twist on mine all the time. I don't quite know why. So I don't have any preconceived idea of what this is going to be like. So I'm just going to go with some colours that I like. Here's red and green and orange. Now, I've borrowed my daughter's markers here. You could, as you've seen there in my other one, that's black and red. You don't have to use colour at all. So when I was younger, my mum used to do these quite intricate doodles when she was on the using the phone. They were on a notepad beside her phone. Now, my mum died quite a number of years ago, but it's funny, you know, when you do things like this and you think, God, I wish I had them, but I don't. Anyway, maybe I'll bequeath these to my daughter. I'm not sure that she'll want them at this stage. Put them in a treasure box. So it's kind of nice. I like that. So one of the ones I did there earlier on, I thought, no, where did it go? It looked like a road, actually, depending on what way you look at it. See, that looked like a road there. And then when I turned it this way, to me anyway, it looked kind of like a sunset with trails. So, do a couple of squiggly lines on this side. Now, of course, you can go back to it. You don't have to do it all in one go. But I suppose with a little piece of paper like this, what I like about this size is that it doesn't feel too ominous. Do you know, sometimes the size of the page can make you feel like, oh my goodness gracious me, I have to fill it all in. Whereas this is a nice small size. And it can be as full and as busy as you would wish it to be. There's no right, there's no wrong. That's the wonderful thing about it. No right, no wrong. Not everything you can say about that, eh? And it does, I do find that after a while of doing it, I do find that I do have a tendency, even if I was doing this in groups, to just get a little bit quieter when doing it. Oh, different colour lid. That's what you call a little surprise, eh? Actually, I remember one of the ladies that did it the last time. It looked like she drew a little jersey of a county team. So that's my effort for today. So this one is what, a couple of minutes. So like I said, if you were doing something like this, you could spend a little bit more time. But I do love doing them. It's quite a difference, isn't there? Interesting. So I hope you give it a go. And perhaps you'd share with us your little artistic pieces. There's no right, there's no wrong. If anybody has any questions, I will put the name written in above here. And I'm sure, as I said, you'll find plenty of Google. If you Google it, you'll find plenty of examples. I just think they're lovely, lovely little things to do. And as I said, I would often do them with groups. So do share if you do one. I'd love to see them. It'd be a really nice thing to do. And actually this morning I was thinking, gosh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and do one a day and see what the difference is. Maybe try and give it a few more minutes every day and see what kind of complicated ones we can come up with. Might be kind of fun. Anyway, I do hope you enjoy it and enjoy your day. And thank you for being here.